Hi everyone, it's Carrie with My Friends Call Me Martha, and yes, I got that nickname after Martha Stewart because I love to craft and I like to be in the kitchen cooking. So those are usually the two places that you'll find me in my house when I'm home. So I am here today. I'm going to show you kind of one card that I made for our team meeting this month. I'm losing track of the days. And I was going to actually try doing this card a couple different ways because I think it's great for Father's Day. And I typically struggle with doing cards for men. So that's what we're going to do today. So if it is your first time joining me, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button and write comments. Hopefully all positive stuff. I know sometimes I get some negative comments on here, but if we can keep it happy, I would appreciate that. I'm trying to get my lighting right. I feel like it's washing the color out. Is that better? I'm not sure if I'm making it better or worse. Anyways, so I am using two of the new ink colors from Stampin' Up. This blue color is called Boho Blue, and then the cardstock and the ink that I'm using are Pebbled Path, which is kind of like a nice, it's like a grayish brown. I love it. I actually haven't even opened the other in color ink pads because I've just been using this one. I'm also using the He's All That stamp set and my Stylish Shapes dies. So to get started, let's first get our images stamped. I have a couple pieces of scrap paper here. I thought I would kind of do the card two different ways. So this one says together for the long haul, and then this is the one that's already on that finished card. I do like to stamp first and then close up my ink pad so that you don't get anything stuck in there. And then I like to cut images out. So I typically will stamp it and then I use some washi tape to kind of hold it in place and send it through the die cutting machine. So just hang on 1 second while I run them through. So I have a handy little electronic die cutting machine that I have here on my desk. It only it's small, like the Stampin' Up mini cut and emboss machine, but it's very handy, and I get very tired cranking things through. I actually just found out today I got into a craft fair again that I do in November, so I am cutting out a lot of stuff, so having an electric die cutting machine saves my arm. But I think this Christmas I'm going to ask for the bigger full-size one. Okay, so we have our two little stamped images, and I'm going to put this back so I don't lose it. And then for the next part, we are going to do embossing, and I'm going to do embossing two different ways. With these mini folders, I like to, I always use the line that's on here as a guide, but I used this one sideways, but I do need to send it through. Oops, all my stuff just fell on the floor. That's what happens sometimes when you're crafting, you make a big mess. So I'm going to crank this through. So that folder, it's specifically for the mini cut and emboss machine, but I love being able to turn it sideways and kind of, you can also just stamp your sentiment right on the cardstock. And then for this one, I'm going to go vertical. And I'm not going to do the whole thing. I think like that. Whoops, the rest of the pile just went, oh my lord. So bear with me as I shake the table a little bit more. I should have cleaned that mess up earlier anyway, so that's what I get. Okay, so you can see here, I did this one vertical, but then I left kind of a strip here, plain. And then for this one, I did it across the middle. So for my first card, I'm going to use, this is the Pebbled Path textured ribbon, I think is what it's called. And I'm actually just going to tie a knot at first. And then I am going to cut it. Did my scissors fall? Oh no, they didn't. So again, if you're just tuning in and kind of skipped ahead, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 people to subscribe. That's like the first level with, and what I'm doing here is instead of having to do ribbon all along the full length of the cardstock, I just do it across the front and then I tape with Scotch tape to hold it on. So you use a lot less ribbon. Craft supplies are expensive, so that's always my trick. Okay, so you can see this is going to be just like that other card that I did. And I am now going to adhere this down. And the other thing is your tape runner goes over the tape a lot easier than if it were regular ribbon all along the back. So it's a nice little trick. And then I'm going to use dimensionals. And these are like a pop-up adhesive. They just make the card look awesome because it just pops things up a little bit. Makes them not flat. I love that little camper. I think it's so cute, or van, whatever it is. And then I'm using the brushed metallic dots. And these, like, I don't know what color this is, but it works perfectly with the Pebbled Path. Oops, my little guy spun over. And then this little tool that I'm using that normally works well is take your pick tool, and it has a little putty end and it picks up your adhesive gems and stuff. So it's great. You can also get refills for that tip, but it lasts like forever. So there's one card. Now for this one, I thought I would step it up a little bit. So in my head, I have a vision of what I want this to look like. And then this is actually designer series paper that is daisies on the back. I know you wouldn't suspect it, but and it has this brushed colors on the back, which are our end colors. And it kind of has all of the colors with this, like, I don't know if it's like a dry brush paint. Now see, I'm not liking the, yeah, I might just show a hint of the blue. So just a little stripe. And then I thought it would be fun to use the jute trim. Again, these are all the end colors. Now, if you can find the end without unraveling your whole spool, every time I can never get this. I usually have to, and it's got like fuzzies, so it's really hard to tell where the end is. I definitely should have started this before coming on camera. Oh my god. Okay, so this is what you do when you can't find the end. You start a new end. a fun technique with your twine is to cover your shape. And you just start your jute on here. Again, it's kind of wasteful because you're covering the whole back side of this, but usually looks pretty good. All right, and of course I'm going to end up in a jam here. Sometimes you just kind of have to let the twine do what it's going to do. I feel like I want another little piece over here though. There we go. So I'm just going to start it again. And let's see if I can get one more loop. This works a little bit better with something that's a little more fine, but I think that looks pretty good. And again, I'm going to use dimensionals because you've got to add, you've got the thick ribbon. And this also will kind of keep it from unraveling. So there we go. Just a fun, different way. And then let's get our card attached to our base. There we are. I think that looks pretty good. So you have to let me know which one you guys like, but two different ways to kind of use your embossing folders and kind of different ways of making the card a little bit different, but kind of using all of the same similar supplies. Oh, you know what else I was going to do? I cut out a beige one. I was going to actually put the color underneath. So I can actually show you guys that. We can do that quickly. Is sometimes just adding another layer just adds more interest to your card. So I put that away, of course, right? Yep. And so if you don't have this stamp set, it's great. I know it's really a challenge for me to do cards for men because I want to add things that sparkle, and you know that's traditionally not what guys like. So here just by adding like that whole other layer, you can kind of see how it changes the look of the card just by adding one extra circle. So I hope you guys kind of enjoyed today's projects. And oh, I didn't add little gems. Should I add gems? Probably, right? Oh, you know what might be nice is to add one of those right to the center. Oops, hold on. I don't know if you can tell. I can tell it's there. It makes me happy. So we'll do that for this one. I'm sure the person who gets this card will notice that. So again, we have the together for the long haul, but if you want to kind of step it up a little bit, add another circle. Even if you added the circle in another color and not the same color as your card base, that would also be cool too. So anyways, thanks again for tuning in this week. I know it's been a week or two since I've been on here. It's just been a little bit busy. So anyways, I'm happy to be back tonight stamping on here for you guys. So I hope to see you all again real soon. Take care. Bye.